Hey, yo, I need that. Big chips, man, I need that. Hustle hard on the job, you can see that. On my head is real good, we don't need your feedback. They clear the way with my crew coming through. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Now what I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Yeah, beats, leave it in the street, case on the news.
What I do? My shoes, chase W's, great colored coops. Oh no, I can't be number 2. MVP the league most valuable, they sweet as apple juice. Talking trophies, I done grabbed a few, can't match this attitude. I wear my heart on my sleeve, please. I move like the wind, can't catch this breeze, freeze. Stop you in your tracks, there's not no preseason. We seeking W's like Tupac used to throw up. Forget it, might as well forfeit, your team shouldn't even show up. What you want?
Coach, it is a sound like no other when they raise that 12th man flag here in Seattle. We just heard it, and that means it's time for football at CenturyLink Field. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between our visitors and the Seattle Seahawks. Here's the punter, Bradley Pinion, on to get us started. And off we go from Seattle. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Do it. There you go. Let's go, fella. Walmart is there. Walmart is there.
Ready?
The first carry for the former Nittany Lion. This is Saquon Barkley. And he'll wind up with about 6 up past the 30 to the 31. The game's first play produces 6 yards. Brings up second down.
All right, Brad, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
On second down, here's Barkley. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. From the gun, Dennis escaping the pressure right. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Bobby Wagner, the former second-rounder out of Utah State, with a sack. He was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came open.
He's trying to do everything that he had been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball as you go to the ground when you're getting sacked.
Who the fuck is this guy?
Blocking nearly sprung him there. 28-yard return. And the Seahawks will have great field position to start this drive. They take over on the short side of the field.
New season, new us. New season, new us.
On the ground, this is Rashad Penny. He'll get about 4 here, down to the 43-yard line.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
We take a win call. 14, run it. 36.
Wilson leaves this one with Penny. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there.
50, 15, check 56. It's going to be a long day. It's going to be a long day. Friday. Switch. Hey, 0. Hey, check.
Now they try the right side here. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on first and 10.
Out. Shift. Watch the shift. 25.
Now a handoff here to his running back. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Man, that's trash. Check.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down at the 34. Back-to-back 1-yard runs here, so that leaves him with a 3rd down and 8.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out.
You put the burn the house down.
SOS. Enough for signal. 3. Say. No.
On 3rd down, Wilson. That's going to be caught.
What the fuck? What'd you say, baby?
3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And that seemed to me to be all about trusting your receiver.
No doubt about it, because when he put that ball in the air, I will guarantee you everyone who's watching this game right now thought that's up for grabs. But this is a lot of practice time. As you mentioned, a ton of trust, and he knows how good his guy is. So to him, it wasn't up for grabs. To him, it was a big play waiting to happen.
Mike 40. Check. It's going to be a long day. Slam. Alert. Double up. He's coming, double up.
Penny will try to punch it in. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. It shows you right there, he can do more than just cover in the secondary from that free safety position.
Yeah, the evolution of the position has really been significant, hasn't it? Because a lot of teams no longer have a free safety, strong safety designation. They just have safeties. So wherever the ball is, one can be close to the line of scrimmage, one can be deep, and vice versa. On that play, how about that tackle we just saw? Pretty nice.
They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is a time you go play action, throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield.
It's now 4th and goal.
Out is Carlson now for the Raider field goal. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. The kick by Carlson is good. Well, all offseason, probably a lot of thought goes into that first drive of week 1. They didn't get the touchdown, but at least they got something.
And what I like about it is that they didn't overthink it, because you're exactly right. A lot goes into the offseason, the preseason to get to that first drive of the regular season. They went right downfield, mission accomplished, points on the board.
Ready.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
And on the first drive, 3 and out. I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning.
Come on, man. Oh, bro.
Never go away.
TJ.
Typically, what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Off the play fake. Dennis firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Flush to his right. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. Clearly wasn't outside of the tackle box. There's your penalty.
And accompanying that penalty, a loss of down.
They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. Jameis to throw it. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Jameis again. Looking for Shepard deep. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Now a handoff looking right. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
On 2nd and a yard. Wilson is going to let this one go deep. And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Tyler Lockett, 63 yards. And the Seahawks get the quick strike touchdown.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan? Or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
It's a gain of 11 and a Giant first down.
5 on the 50. 5 on the 50.
The first down throw for Winston. They'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a Giant first down on a gain of 16.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn. And the pressure gets there, and Winston goes down. Jadeveon Clowney showing the explosiveness on the sack.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Oh, what are you doing, James Winston? God damn.
Picked off around the 41.
What are you doing, bro?
Set up shop at their own 41-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
And he'll give it here to his running back. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Front left. 36 power. 6 guys. Check 6 guys. Hey, alert. Check, boy. Gun.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend.
Hey, check 24. Check 52. Go. 56 to Mike. 56. Go.
Wilson now to throw on 3rd down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. This is taken at the 10. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. 1st down for the Giants as they pick up 12.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus, the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
Looking for Shepard deep. That incomplete, crisis averted, almost picked. Instead, 2nd down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
And they'll wind up getting this to the 37, gain of 9. Pretty good running there, 9 yards. Sets up a 3rd and 1. It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on 3rd down. To throw is Winston. And the pressure gets there, and Winston goes down. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 30-second mark of this first half. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Returnable for Lockett. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And control of the football, switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down. And it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen.
Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Jatavis Brown. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Working out of the gun, Winston. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock. So second down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Final play of the half here, Winston. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend as we send you cross-country to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Yeah. Begin. Shoot. Check 26. Alert.
Now it's Wilson. Looking downfield, and that's caught right side. He's got his man. They get 17 on that one. Move the chains. First down, Seahawks. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
A gain of 3, second down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
56 is Mike. 56 is the Mike. Alert. I can't believe they even let you play. There. Check three.
On 2nd and 7, Wilson. Oh, he tries to get it to Metcalf, but it's intercepted.
Get out the way. That's user.
First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Check Mike 54. Here we go.
They'll try and get this run game going. This is Barkley. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. A solid pickup of 13 sets him up first and goal.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. And Barkley will try to punch it in. And he is in. Touchdown, Giants. A 3-yard touchdown run, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Solid job up front, really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
That was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And a pretty slick return there as he's up just shy of the 45-yard line.
Now that's the kind of return you're looking for. To get to that spot on the field, that allows you to do a lot of things on offense.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10.
Watch out. Kill. Go 14. Watch the safety creep.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. Big Leonard Williams there on the stop.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for 2nd down.
Hey, watch the slant. Touch 50. Back. Watch the twitch.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. That one good for 14 and a Seahawk first.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Here we go. Watch the eye. Shift. Alert.
From the gun, a give to Penny. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Tackle made there by Jabril Peppers. Well, if you look where that play starts, O-line versus D-line, that was a battle won by the D-line.
Yeah, and oftentimes it's won by quickness, off the ball. Who can handle the guy across from them best? On that play, the defensive line did exactly that.
Let's go. Let's get this ball back for the offense. Let's go. Mike 40. 14. Check 24. Kill. Turn up. Good job right there. Check three.
Now they'll throw it with Wilson. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Hey.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that will be
you fucked it
incomplete.
up.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. This will be from 56 yards out. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted. But I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yeah.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Yeah, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. A first carry for the Clemson man, Wayne Gallman. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. From the shotgun, it's Winston. Looking for Shepard deep.
Come on, catch the ball, Shepard. Now you heard.
Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Don't get hurt on back-to-back plays, bro.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, Winston. He's got his man. That's Wallace. It's a giant first down on a gain of 16. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
Going long here for Wallace. That's caught inside the 20. And he will take it on in.
There you go, Rocco.
Touchdown.
Boom.
A big play there. 62 yards. As his guys can now take the lead with the extra point. Gano for the extra point. And that one puts them on top here in the 3rd. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league,
no, sir.
That is quite surprising.
No, sir.
Not many teams patient enough to stick
no,
with the
sir.
run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back. Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Wilson. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time.
Man, that better not be no motherfucking friend. Oh, my goodness. Are you serious, bro?
Quarter comes to an end. Back now.
I got a right to fight for the ball, bro.
And we've got a dandy here. A 1-point game as we begin the 4th.
I got a right to fight for the ball, bro. Wow. That would have sealed it right there, baby.
Well, some good games around the league here early in week 1, and this one's shaping up to be as good as any of them as we come up on a 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Over the middle, it's complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. It's a gain of 15, 1st down Seahawks. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Wilson now 5 straight completions here in this 2nd half. 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Wilson.
Yeah. Way to go, Green.
Great job defensively. I think he was trying to
Way
go
to
through his
go,
progressions,
Green.
find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24.
Spot that. 55, Mike 55. Hey, eat. Watch the run.
Here's Wilson. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 30.
That's that deep.
Backed up into a 2nd and long, but instead of trying to get the yardage back in chunks, he's trying to get it all
That's
back
that
in
deep,
once.
baby.
And this defense was just lying in wait, and they're there to pick this one off.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Now listen, it's a team game, we know that, but where would these guys be right now, Charles, without their defense? They take over here following the turnover. Defense did it again, but on offense they have to feel like, hey, we need to do something.
You're exactly right, and you just mentioned it. The defense did it again. They bailed them out on a number of occasions in this contest. It's time for them to repay the defense at the least. Keep the ball for a while. Give those guys a break so they can catch their breath.
On 2nd and 7, Winston. Dancing to his, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
I could have kept it simple.
The Giants on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 15. To throw, Winston. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a 1st down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
Good turn,
So
good
dangerous
turn.
with a football in his hands. Called out a
Kicked it out of
return
bounds.
of 38. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here.
And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. A big play there.
That hurt, baby.
52 yards. And the Seahawks are going to retake the lead. Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion.
56. Mike, 56. Right there, 56. Let's go, defense. Our time. It's our time. Check. Hatchet. Showing that. Mike, 56. Check. Yeah, I got you. Mike 56. Mike 56. Four down.
From the shotgun, Wilson. And this one's caught. And their 4th quarter lead grows by a couple more. And the formula there on the 2-point try to go 5 wide. Not even the option to hand the ball off. They got it.
They tried to create space, and there isn't a whole lot of it there. For the defense, what you're trying to do is make sure that if they're going to catch the ball, make them catch it behind you because they run out of space with the back line. But in this case, the offense figured it out.
Go.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it together. Let's go. Return the play.
Winston now. Got his man there. It's Wallace complete. The ball comes out. And the Seahawks have picked it up.
I know when you're looking at the scoreboard clock, we're getting near the end of this game. But they were in what was really called 4-minute offense. And that's practice, being taking care of the football, taking time off the clock, not giving them a chance to come back. But bottom line is, what did I say in the beginning? Taking care of the football. That didn't happen.
Didn't do it. A costly turnover. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, pump the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete. And the Giants send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one play drive's exactly what you want on offense.
Yes. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Landon Collins. And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line. A critical error there in a tight game of the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. They come up on a second down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down the wire. Here's a throw out wide complete to his running back right side. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. Winston to throw.
Come on, bro.
Figuring they're going for it on fourth down. Remember, though, they do have all 3 timeouts, so even if they don't get it, all is not lost.
Yeah, normally in this situation, when you're talking about having to go for it, everything is in this play. But as you noted, with those 3 timeouts, they actually have a little bit of a safety net.
Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on fourth down. Now Winston on fourth down. He's able to find Wallace. They had to go for it with such little time remaining.
Oh, that's bullshit. That is bullshit.
Week 1 victory.
That is bullshit. That is bullshit.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Listen. Switch. Out. Shift. Watch the shift. Gotta go. In and out. Let's go.
They'll run it now out of the gun.
Watch the screen.
So they get half of what they needed. It'll be 3rd and 6 upcoming. Now the Giants will use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk it over here before we'll be in a 3rd down.
Here we go. Friday. Hey, 0. Check. Check, nickel. Friday. SOS. 14. SOS. Hey, alert 3.
Throwing now is Wilson. He sets to fire deep. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there.
I ain't even trying to catch that stupid ass ball, bro.
13 yards.
Wow.
And the Giants' drive will start from deep in their territory with a 1st and 10.
Ready.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They're down here in a one-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Well, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Back to throw. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. They'll look to throw. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 47. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. The Seahawks in victory formation as they go ahead and take the knee.
Hey.